We are joined by English royalty, Patrick Dever, a national champion at the University of Tulsa in the 10,000 meter, winning the NCAA title in Eugene, Oregon just a little while ago. And Patrick, congratulations. What's it mean? What's it mean to you to win a national championship?
Oh, it's very special to win a national championships. I mentioned to Coach after the race, every time I come to the Reynolds Center and go to the training room, I always look at the Hall of Fame and I see Chris's vest and his national championship ring, and the same with Mark. And I always imagined what it would be like to have my own little piece of history here at TU. So to be able to win a national title and be able to go down in Tulsa history is very, very, very special to me. And the fact that it's my final year as well is extra special. I'd call it a fairy tale ending.
Absolutely, and referencing Chris O'Hare and Mark Scott, of course, the other two national champions for Steve Gully's program. And as you went to Eugene, Oregon, you had qualified in the 5,000 and the 10,000 meter. Did you feel you had the best chance in the 10?
I think so, yeah. I think that was kind of the plan. Like, Taylor kind of left it up to me as to whether I was going to double or not, and we figured with the 10 being my main focus, that anything that happened in the 5 afterwards would be bonus. So yeah, this is actually the first season I've ran the 10K on the track. So yeah, I wasn't really too sure of what to expect, but I'd had a lot of success over 10K cross country in the past, so I figured eventually this would be my best event. And yeah, I think the 10 was where I felt like I had the best shot.
How much pre-thought went into your preparation for, and obviously you were in shape and you worked out, you did exactly what you had to do to get your body ready, but what about the mental aspect of how you prepared to run this race and strategically win it?
Yeah, I think the preparation has been like all season long. The moment I ran my first race to qualify for regionals after cross, I was really like focused on this end goal, and I always pride myself on being ready when it counts at the big championships. So mentally, yeah, through every workout, every big workout on the track, when we were just grinding out the laps, I'd just be thinking about the regional and national meet and how I have to kind of stay calm, stay focused to really keep myself in it. I felt going into the race, I was in a really good headspace. I felt extremely like confident in my ability, and I wasn't sure of how quick I could actually run, and I think that was almost like freeing for me, because I wasn't putting any limits on what I could go on and achieve. And me and Taylor didn't know how fast I could run, and I think that's when your best performances come, when you don't put limits on yourself.
Yeah, and as you get ready for the 10,000 meter, you know that Wesley Kiptoo of Iowa State, he's going to go out in a hurry. He's going to try to just bury everybody at the beginning. And you have Mance and others, Mance from BYU who won the cross country, and others that are your competition. And it kind of played out that way, didn't it? It was a very fast pace, with Wesley really getting out early, didn't he?
Yeah, so like you said, we kind of knew what to expect after watching how Wesley had run all his earlier season meets. The surprising thing here was he actually didn't go out as fast as he did at the regional meet, and I think that was what allowed the pack to kind of latch onto him straight away. And I don't really feel like he's had too much of that this season. People have kind of been letting him go, and he's been kind of out front by himself. So yeah, the moment we knew the pace was a little bit slower on the first lap, but overall it was fast. The moment we latched onto him, it was pretty much game on, and I think everyone else felt the same way as I did. And once we were on the back of him, it was like he's not getting away now, and we're going to make a real go of this. But yeah, like you mentioned with Mance as well, the cross country champion, what he did on the Stillwater course was incredibly impressive. So to be able to come back and beat him, that is a huge deal for me. I think with the amount of guys who did go under the old meet record, this field was arguably one of the strongest ever assembled. So to come out on top is.
So I know when you got to the 5,000 meter mark, you were on record pace, but you were within contact. So whether you were in 5th or 4th or 7th or whatever, you felt you were in good shape, right?
Yeah, I think as like the K started to click by, I started to feel better. Like in the first few K, I was kind of like, whoa, this is pretty quick now. Like as you could see the lap counter like ticking down. I was like, we really have a long way to go. So, but as the K started to click off, I started gaining in confidence, and I felt like. I felt like whatever anybody did in the field, that they weren't going to be able to drop me, and then that just kind of brought me on. And yeah, when we started getting into the last few K, that was when I really started to think, oh, you have a shot here. Just stay focused. Don't let any gaps appear, and just bide your time.
So do you have to stay patient?
Yeah, for sure. Like the We've been practicing on closing out workouts with like a bit of a gradual wind up, and a number of people had mentioned to me about saving something for the home straight. So when Mance and I think it was Robert Brandt from Georgetown, when they made their move, I really told myself to stay patient. I was like, just stay on the back of them, stay as relaxed as you can, and obviously, yeah, when it came to the home straight, I was like, right, now you can unleash the kick, and I managed to squeeze through on the rail, which was very nice.
Yeah, Coach Gully said that you might have gotten yourself trapped a little bit on the rail, but you're able to sneak through there, which is important. You're saving distance by not having to go around folks, I guess.
Yeah,
but,
for sure.
Take us through the last couple of K then. When you made your move and how that felt and what your thought process was.
Yeah, so the last couple of K, it didn't kind of wind up as much as maybe in other races, just because the pace was quick from the start. So I'd say, it was pretty. There were a few surges thrown in there. I remember the Hofstra guy, Alex Masai. He made a little move. It was kind of sneaky. He moved out to grab some water and kind of got a little bit of a jump on the field. And then, yeah, it was just a little bit like that, and jostling for positions because there were so many guys in it. So, it was the last couple of K it was kind of nerve-wracking, but I felt like I held my position pretty well. And then when we did get into the last 1K, that's when it started to pick up and the packs started to separate a little bit. I think we went 63 for the penultimate lap, which was quite a bit quicker than we had been running, and then. Yeah, my last lap was 57, so it was a good close. I was happy with how I was able to close the race out of such a fast pace. But
well, yeah. Patrick, tell us about the move where you take the lead for good. What was that like, and when was that?
So when I made the move, I think the only point at which I led the race was going into the last 100. So I think I probably came by Mance and Robert Brandt with maybe about 80 meters to go, and then it was just a case of driving my arms, just not looking back at all, and just honestly just going all out to the finish. I think I took one glance right before I made my celebration, but yeah, I'd say I timed it pretty well. That's when you want to be at the front, right?
The coaches have talked to you about not looking back a lot, right?
Yeah,
I mean, just keep going, right?
Yeah, just keep going. Didn't want, like, with how close it was, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't going to make myself look stupid or anything. So, yeah, just quick glance, and then just pure like euphoria as I crossed the line.
I was going to say, yeah, you hit the tape, you cross the line. That's got to be something that you've experienced it before, but not at this level. So
no,
definitely. What's that feeling?
Definitely not at this level. It's honestly, like, I can't put it into words. Like, I don't think I've ever been that emotional after a race. I was just like screaming and like in joy, and yeah, to do it in the stadium as well, and yeah, it was a special moment. The fact that we got to do like a lap of honor as well, and I just had people like congratulating me, and yeah, it felt incredibly special. It's easily the biggest competition I've ever won. So
now you broke the NCAA record, which had stood since 1979. by something like 19 seconds, and a whole bunch of other folks with you also broke that record as well. So it says something that you beat a pretty darn good class there, huh?
Yeah, definitely. I think we spoke about it a little bit before, but I think you definitely have an argument to say this is the best class that there ever has been. So to come out on top in a field like that is very special, and to break a 40-year-old record and look at some of the guys who come through the NCAA since, it's incredibly special. It'd be nice if the record lasted for another 40 years, but I'm not too sure.
Patrick, a few days later, you participated in the 5,000 meter, and I don't know if you had anything left, but you finished 6th. Not bad, huh?
Yeah. So I think the 5K field was arguably one of the strongest ever assembled as well. And I mean the lead guys, I think either 2 or 3, I think maybe 3 of them got under the Olympic standard, which is pretty special. And I managed to lower my own school record. I'd honestly say I'm more proud of the 5K than the 10K, just because of how I felt during the race. In the 5K, I really had to dig deep to get that 6th place finish, and the pace was hot from the start again. And Wesley Kiptoo didn't let up, and I'd say I'm very proud of that one, to be able to score a few more points for the team and go out on a high for sure. I could have easily dropped my head and kind of gave in, but I wanted to go out on a high and leave everything out there on the track.
So your final year at Tulsa, 5th in the cross country, 6th in the 5,000, of course, national champion in the 10,000. I don't think you can script it a whole lot better in your final year, huh?
No, definitely not. Yeah, coming into this year, if somebody had told me that, I would have snapped their hand off for sure. Yeah, it's been a very, very special year, and I have a lot of people to thank for my successes this year. This track season has just kind of gone from strength. I've kind of just gone from strength to strength. It's been awesome.
What has the University of Tulsa meant to you?
It's meant so much. We have such a great team culture. I've made friends that I'm sure I'm going to keep for life here. I've had lots of support from the coaching staff and the athletic trainers, and the thing that meant the most to me after the race was seeing my teammates celebrate. I got to see all their Instagram stories and their kind messages to me, and that's what really made me kind of feel most emotional, because it meant so much to me that these people cared so much about my success. And I'm really sad to be leaving Tulsa. It's been a very special time in my life. And like I said, I'm sure I'm going to stay in touch with everyone, and I'm sure I'll be back at some point in the future.
And I know you mentioned before we started this, or maybe even during, that at some point you're going to talk to Coach Gully, Coach Steve Gully, the head coach, and Taylor Gully, obviously assistant coach, who helped you out quite a bit as to what's next. But what have those two gentlemen meant to you?
They've meant an awful lot. The fact that they believed in me enough to bring me out here on an athletic scholarship means an awful lot to me. The opportunities they've given me to come out here and race against such good competition in the NCAA, to allow me to really unlock my potential, that has meant so much to me. I can't thank those two men enough.
All right, so next for you, what comes up next? I know you're going right back over to the island, so
so I'm actually flying back home tomorrow, and I have a couple of options as to what I'm going to race in the next few weeks. So there's a 10,000 meters on June the 25th, where I might take a shot at running the Olympic time, or there is the British 5,000 meter Olympic trials, which would be the day after. I need to kind of have a little bit of a think over those two options and kind of decide what's best going forward. And then longer term, kind of just see how those races go, and then who knows what could happen this summer.
Thank you so much for all you've done, and congratulations again.
No problem. Thank you. It's been a pleasure.